Hello, wonderful world. Welcome to the Future Successors Podcast, where the future is now. Today, I'm joined by Perrin Bostic, Outreach Representative, United States Senate, Raphael Warnock. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, and Jared, thank you for having me.
No problem, man.
Looking forward to it today.
Man, we had to get you on here, man. You was on the list. You was on the list to get somebody from that office on here because we know what Raphael Warnock is doing and how he's in the community, what he's doing for at the Senate position and everything. But man, what's been going on with you, man?
Man, I am out here traveling the state, meeting people where they are in their communities and trying to figure out how to problem solve, man.
Everyday life. But just tell me, where are you from exactly?
So I'm originally from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay.
And I moved to Georgia back in 2014 for grad school. So I went to the Andrew Young School of Policy Studies at Georgia State and earned a master's in public administration.
Now, before that, didn't you go to Jackson State?
I did. I am a Jackson State Tiger
Yes.
in Mississippi. HBCU stand up. So, if you're looking to go to that next step, I'm always promoting HBCUs.
Yeah, I'm going to Morehouse in the fall.
That's right. Morehouse,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir. So were you mad when Dion left?
I was not, because Jackson State has long had a rich tradition in terms of our football program.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows about Walter Payton and the greatness that he had as a Jackson State Tiger. So,
Well, yeah, you're here today on the Future Successors Podcast. You see success in the tagline. How do you define success?
man, that's a good question. Success can be so many things, but for me, it has to do with my why and why I do the work that I do. Success is about making a difference, and that could be something small and it could be something large. Whereas I could be helping a nonprofit like Future Successors secure funding to support more programs that you all have to support our youth in our city. It could be something as small as helping a senior get access to some services that they're missing out on.
Yes. Being a young black man in America, it's tough. Sometimes we at the bottom of the barrel for everything. Now, what's that extra sauce beyond hard work that's needed for you to be competitive nowadays in business or any industry?
Man, I think the extra sauce is really about showing up in your full self, being as authentic as you can, because that you being a black man comes with an experience that other people don't have.
Yes.
And so you're able to provide when it comes to like policy or any type of programming or the work that you're doing, you come with a lived experience that is uniquely, shaped to who you are as a person. So when you show up in these spaces, it's important to show up with the rest of the community that you're in community with in that space. It's important for you just to be you, and that's your superpower at the end of the day. That's the extra sauce, is the authenticity that you have from your experience of who you are and the little extra flavor that you get from just being you.
Yes. So from Jackson State University to Georgia State, and then from there on, you worked at the CDC as an intern and Homeland Security in Detroit, my hometown. So how was that experience in Detroit, and did you like it? Did you not like it? Because everybody say Detroit is bad and all this other stuff, but I don't think so.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I'm biased because I'm from there, but I don't think it's as bad. But how was your experience?
Man, I absolutely love Detroit.
Yes.
I had that wonderful opportunity as a junior at Jackson State University to go to the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, and study. I think it was Monday through Wednesday. I studied at the School of Public Health, really learning how we can eradicate health disparities in our communities.
Yes.
And on Thursdays and Fridays, I worked at Homeland Security in terms of working what we need to do to get ready for just in case there was a bioterroristic terrorism attack on the city, as well as also working at the Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office. So those were some really great experiences that I had that really kind of helped shape me into the professional that I am here today. So
Detroit or Atlanta?
Atlanta all day.
Oh man.
Atlanta all day.
Oh man, but with the success that you have, how do you handle ups and downs? And can you share a moment of resilience?
Man, ups and downs. I've always been a glass has half full person. I'm optimistic about everything, and so when things don't go my way, I'm consistently looking for something that was positive. I'm consistently looking for something that I did do well while I wasn't successful. I've had opportunities where I didn't get a job that I wanted, right?
Yes.
And I worked so hard. I knew that I was qualified. I knew that I could do the job well. What I did was I went back to the drawing board and I said, okay, well, I can do these things well. Where can I make improvements? And so it's always just about focusing on the positives, what I did well, and then also opportunities for me to be better for the next time. So,
100 Black Men of America, and you being a membership coordinator of that organization, how was that experience?
that was great. That was actually a job that I had while I was in grad school at Georgia State. And it was a wonderful experience to, be in community with other Black men that are professionals, that are, really making so many changes and leading a lot of efforts here in Atlanta, just to kind of be in that space with them and to learn so much and figure out how I could leave my mark on the city of Atlanta. Was just an amazing experience to have while in grad school.
Yeah, so many people don't know how to foster those new relationships. Like Miss Nikki, she recently reached out to you to come here on the podcast. Thanks to her for having you on here. But how do you foster those new relationships in 2023, whether that's through email or just going up to somebody telling them what you want to do? How do you do those things?
And well, I always say while I'm meeting people that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yes.
And so it's just about showing up, being yourself, and really making an effort to get to know somebody, the challenges that they're facing, and figuring out how you can be supportive to what it is that they're doing. So those are the things that I'm always looking for, making people feel good, making people understand that I care about what's going on in their lives and their communities, and then consistency, following up, reaching out for lunch dates, coffee dates, supporting initiatives that they have. Future Successors, y'all have been doing such great work in the community.
Yes.
And so this is one way that I'm showing up supporting by being a part of the podcast, but also in my role, working to figure out how we can get you all funding to expand these programs. And then also attending y'all's, I think y'all are having a gala at the end of the year.
Yes.
So I plan to be
Every year,
there
man.
and be supportive. But it's just about showing up.
Yes. So for you, I don't want to ask what is a championship in your career field. This is what I want to ask. I want to ask you, what is the dream? What is your dream retirement look like? Like, what kind of car do you want? Where do you want to live? How many kids do you want? If you want kids, you want to be married. Like, what's the life after you working in the Senate office? And things like that. Yeah.
That's a good question. At 30, I don't have it all figured out, but
Yes.
I definitely want to be married. I definitely want kids. I see myself continuing a life of service.
Yes.
I don't know what that looks like at this moment, but what I do know is that there's so many challenges facing our communities right now. And I'm interested in playing a role in making sure that we're doing everything we can to make sure Atlantans are healthy, that they have everything that they need to increase economic mobility in our city, that people are able to work in our city and live here. I'm interested in making sure that our communities are safe, and that that we have justice, that that people's lives are improving. I'm interested in remaining in that space. Is just figuring out what that looks like.
Yes. The real question that everybody wants to know. How is it working with Raphael Warnock on a daily basis? What type of person is he? Things like that, man.
Man, I have to say, Senator Warnock is probably, out of all the folks that I've worked for, Senator Warnock is probably my favorite boss so far. Now, he also is my pastor. So so that makes it a little interesting, too, because I see him on Sundays, and he's been my pastor since I've moved to Atlanta in 2014. And so I kind of see a different glimpse of him and kind of know him in a different angle than my colleagues do. But let me tell you, he is somebody that is deeply committed to our communities. He is actually quite funny. Believe it or not, he tells some really funny jokes. But he is just a down-to-earth person. You know, if you want to see, you want to learn so much, you want to learn about a politician, you kind of watch how they interact with people. He looks people in their eyes. He's always down to take a photo. He stays and he talks to every single person when we're out at events, which is something that is definitely that I watch for when I'm working with elected officials. But he's just someone who just truly cares. And, you know, it's been an amazing journey being on his staff.
Man, thank you for coming to the podcast, man. I really enjoyed this conversation that we had. Man, you showed up and you showed out for the Raphael Warnock Senate office, man. Thank you for coming, man.
No, thank you for having me. Y'all are doing such good work.
Thank you. That's our time. Thank you for contributing to another successful podcast. See you on the next episode. Peace.
Not shy,